He says, no, I don't want to look at the view, I want to walk off. I said, no, we're going to look at the view. You see, what he'll do is he'll get increasingly anxious at looking at the view because he doesn't want to look at the view, because mentally he's not ready to look at a view. He just wants to go home. So now, a little bit of pawing the ground. But when we do walk on, it'll... No. He'll realise he's still alive. So what we can do is, if he's really not going to stand and look at the view, is we can just keep going sideways. There. He says, I really don't want to look at this view. I don't... See, he's looking for a way out of the pressure. I mean, one way would be to jump the 5-bar gate, but I don't think it's got that bad. Well, you never know. Right, okay, now we'll come round here. You see, he's too anxious to look at the view, but what we're going to do is we're going to come across here and look at another view. And one day he'll be happy just to look at the view. And won't that be nice? You see, whichever way he goes, I'm there. I'm saying, no, we're not going to. So I'm having to keep his head straight. There, good boy. Right, now we're going to turn round and look at this view. Just a very simple exercise. It's very black and white. There doesn't need to be any stress involved, but he's finding this quite stressful. Now he's going to push on the gate and see if maybe he can get through the pressure by pushing the gate open. Now he's thinking, oh, he'll do that. He'll just slip his nose round to the right, or he'll try and push the gate. You see what it is, what he's trying to do, he's saying that I find this too much. I'm just sitting here, and he says I find this too much. What is the way out of this pressure? He's trying to work it out. Right, good boy. Come round here. Now obviously if there was another horse going off towards home or something, I wouldn't be doing this because he's too distracted. But we're on our own, so it's just him and me. Good boy. Tries to maybe swing his head down. See, they've got various things they can do, horses. You know, they've got various tools in their toolbox to, as it were, buoy you off. Now he's decided he'll just stop here. Boy. There. Then he thinks, oh no, maybe I'll try this gate again. It could be coming open. I'm all the time feeling what's happening underneath me. Good boy. He did actually stand for a tiny second, so now we can go off home. I mean, you have to choose your moments with that. You know, if there's horses around, you know, it might not be the right timing. But as we walk home, Jupiter can say to himself, actually, I'm still alive. It wasn't that terrible. I think we'll do more of that next time. So you can see, although we've made great progress, there's still a lot of worry in him, and he's not happy to just stand and look at the view as, say, you know, a more established horse that perhaps you can all remember, like, say, Mel or Howie. Who else? Well, obviously Bryn. Yeah, those horses that we've worked with for quite some time, but you know, their things were not the same as this horse's. I mean, all horses have issues or difficulties in common, and they are all different, although they all have their own fears, which are actually quite similar. And I'm going to put my legs right round this horse, and if he trots, we'll do this. So I just didn't have my leg right round him. Now, if you're going to trot, you'll have to work harder. So I suggest you walk home, and that if you go into trot, you know the consequences. It's very easy to just bring the leg off, and then when you bring it on, they automatically then say, "Oh, you want me to trot? Oh, well, I'll trot because we're going towards home." Right, I'm actually going to trot along here. But that time I asked for it. And note that it's an awful lot faster than when we went out. But that's to be expected, because he's getting all anxious about the thought of coming home. And whoa. But we have got good brakes. I'm walking on, I'm trotting on. And whoa. Boy. Walk on. I'm trotting on. I'm going to hold him with my body, alter the angle of my pelvis, and have my thighs there. And yeah, he's decided to walk himself. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to really sit into him down here. I'm going to so sit into him that the walk will stop itself. Right. So, there's so many things one can do. I'm sitting into him again. I'm not pulling on the reins. And he's stopping. He can't walk because I'm sitting into him and I'm sitting so deep. Right, I'm walking on. Oh, we've got a lorry here. Okay. We'll have to come in here. And you'll have to stand for a minute. You can just eat that while this lorry goes past. You're not going to dive out into the path of a lorry, you clown, or you won't be alive. There, good boy. There, good boy. Okay, good boy. Okay. It's much easier to stand them across a gap than, facing into a gap. So I've had them back out into traffic so many times, or hear something behind them and shoot forward into the traffic. So the safest way is to go across the gap, because wherever they're going to go, they can't go into the traffic. Yeah, so I'm going to sit into him again and just slow the walk down. I've got my legs right round him, which is really frustrating him, because it's hoping that I might mean trot. I've got my hands up, but I'm not pulling on him. I'm sitting so deep that he's just not able to race down the hill. There's ways to sit deep and there's ways to sit deep. You can sit really deep and drive them on out in front of you and they go even faster. But to sit really deep is you connect with their back through the saddle and they're just not able to rush off. They're just not able. You only need the slightest little tweak on the fingers and they're there. And he has got himself quite stewed up. But anyway, that's his business, not mine. The more stewed up he gets, probably the more wound up he'll get, because it's not going his way. Now, if you don't go down here sensibly, you'll slip. Like that. If you want to slip, that's up to you. He really is, now, I could feel that coming. I could really feel that coming. Come on, it's a dog. See what I mean? And that's why, you have to have a degree of control. Now, it's a dog. Now you know what it is. You don't have to run, do you? See, but you must be able to have your horse. There, now. Don't have to run from the dog. But he just wanted that excuse because he's in that kind of a mood. So, the thing is, if a horse wants to go, there's no real stopping a horse. Then what you have to do is to be able to turn them. No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some circles here. And I'm going to be quite on his case and start directing him. Because, so he came down there on his terms. I knew he was just waiting for an opportunity to and now he's saying, oh, I don't want to. Yeah, well, you gave me a hard time. You wanted to run? Well, you can run round on a circle on the side of a hill. Let's see how much running you want to do now. How much running you want to do now? Not very much, do you? That's right. Steep, isn't it? Come on. Right. Now. Okay, you want to go again? Okay, go again. Right. Now there's no sign of running now. No sign of running. Okay, well you obviously don't want to stop. He's not really frightened of those dogs. It was just he was in that kind of a mood and I could feel it brewing. And it just needed an excuse, like it could have been a puff of wind. Right. Now next time you want to trot on. Okay, I'm walking on. Right. Okay, well I think we've got rid of that urge to trot. I hope so, anyway.